Yo, what's the deal, family? I am Cam on Demand, and I am officially welcoming you all to my channel. So, look, I work full time for my wife, and I have never felt so secure as a man. And as for me and around here under my roof, we talk purpose over ego, partnership over pride, and most of all, how you can lead in any position. So, let's talk about it. So, I've gotten this question asked of me a few times. People will say, how do you feel working for your wife? As if I have something to be ashamed about. But let me be clear, I'm not just working for her, I'm working with her. And I promise you, this is the best I've ever felt. Literally the best I've ever felt. I'll give you a quick story of my background. I worked in IT for the past, well, I've been done since a year and a half ago. But before then, I had been working in IT and cybersecurity past 12 years since I was 18 to 30. I was in the IT field, and I kind of just transferred my skills over to my wife. And pretty much now that I do for her is like all the editing, taking pictures, being the photographer, her videographer, the man behind the scenes is what I like to call it. Pulling all the strings and, doing all the things behind. I really don't got to be in front of the camera, but, since I'm around it all the time, I might as well be in front now, right? When Erin started this journey, it was like end of 2018, something like that. And honestly, starting this journey was never about titles because I'm like, go ahead, I didn't feel like she needed to do something specifically for our relationship to work. Our relationship and what we do for career wise. To me, I kind of like to separate the two. So I was, all in. I'm like, yeah, do it. I got us. We good. Like, do what you got to do. It's funny. I had this irrational confidence about like, I got us. And it like literally flipped so quick. Like within a year, her business like took off. Now, sometimes I go back and I'm like, what if I didn't invest in her immediately? What if I had not been supportive immediately? What would she have done? Would she have got another job? What would she have done? I don't know. All I know is what's been going on right here, right now for the past 6-7 years. But like I said, it was never about the titles. It's always about building something meaningful. I mean, and honestly, it takes way more strength trying to build something together than trying to protect that little male ego we like to have. So years have gone by and Erin's business continuously, it continues to grow in ways that be honest, I did not see happening. Not because I didn't believe in her, just because I didn't understand how this world was, But I had a decision to make. It was, do I keep doing my own thing or do I go all in with her? And what I mean by that is when you're married, for us in our marriage, we got one goal. And I'm like, I might as well go all in. Like, if we don't take risk for ourselves, it's always going to be that what if. Now, I'm not going to hold you. I kept doing my thing in my career for a little while up until, I had to finally make the decision. And the decision to go full time was like the most powerful I probably could have did to date. Like I've never felt so good in my life. And honestly, it's not because I gave up anything. It's really because I leaned into purpose. Like I feel like I found my purpose. And sometimes we are, taught, go to school, do all these things, get all the degrees. And sometimes those things don't even work for us because it's like we were told to do that. And I'm not trying to discourage anyone, but for me, I was afraid not to understand what the purpose, and especially right now in the present time, what is being presented to me. So I started to pay attention to that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going all in. Like my purpose has been greater than serving people who honestly just look at me as just another number. And if we're going back to leadership, I pay attention to my wife, whether it's from business or from our personal, whatever we have going on. I saw her vision pretty much immediately. Although I didn't understand, I saw it in her eyes. I mean, like she got it. I knew she had it. I believed in it so much that I'm here now and I just want to help continue building it. And it's just like, to me, I feel like that's leadership. I found a new way. And I think that's the sweet thing about life is you find new ways to grow, to lead, to do all the things that you set out to do in this life. Now, growing up, I'm under the impression, just like any other guy probably, and honestly any other woman, is that you are supposed to have a marriage that looks a specific way, and that specific way is tailored and it's uniformed, as if, hey, the man has to do 1, 2, and 3, and if you're not doing that, then you have failed your marriage. And in my opinion, ego is the enemy of partnership. And a lot of men are afraid to take a back seat because they believe, and honestly, I would say we, I'm not going to say they, because to some extent, I also used to think in that way, but men will think that they are looked at as lesser than if they are not, I guess, leading from a career POV or from a financial POV. I'm gonna break it to you though. The money that my wife makes, I couldn't have made it in corporate. I mean, not that I couldn't, but I might have been 70 years old. And I hate to break it to you, I want it now. I want the fast cars now. I want the lifestyle now. And it's not just a material thing, but there are things that I feel as though at 70 I probably won't enjoy as much I would now. Some things just seem like they would be much sweeter now. And the business that my wife has built has opened some doors that has given us the ability to live a way that I once thought what I could only do once I was 60 and retired. All I'm saying is ego is loud and confidence is quiet. That's something that I thrive on, is being confident, loving yourself, being able to look yourself in the mirror and say, what is it that you want? What is it that y'all want? And how do you get there? Do you step in the way of it, or do you step into the way that it's being presented to you? And right now, the way our life is going, her career took off 10x me. Hey, it just is what it is. And I'm like, I have to lean into that because I feel like we can go so far if we if we diversify, if we create and lean into what's the opportunity that's honestly presented itself. And to be honest with y'all, some people may think you lose your identity, but I really feel like I've really found who I am supposed to be, why I'm here, why am I living, not to say that I was struggling on looking for those things. I was confident in what I was doing, but I feel like now, like, the freedom behind the purpose that I've discovered is way better than the purpose that I feel like was kind of a false reality for me. It's like what I thought I was supposed to be doing versus now I feel like this is what I'm called to do. And really, to sum that up, when you're aligned with your purpose, titles don't matter. Results do. So now, here's the fun part. Last January 2024 was my last day in corporate America. Because of my wife's business, she has been blessed with the growth and the ability to bring me on full time and retire me from that corporate life. And I have that question, and I've had these series of things that I've gone through over this past year and a half. Is like, wait, was that the right decision? To be quite honest with you, I would say it was the best decision, but it took now for me to really lean into understand that that was the best decision. When you're used to something, I've been doing something I literally was in corporate America since I was 18. Well, I was turning 19, I should say. And that's all I've been used to. Like, the way I talk is so corporate. Erin is like, you gotta tone it down. Talk like how you talk to me. So now I'm really leaning into being the best example to what she teaches right here in front of this camera right now. Like, being chill, calm, getting it off my chest, I guess, as you say. Because I promise you, this is the toughest thing in the world. Like, literally sitting in front of a camera. Bruh. But it's not who's in charge, it's about who's equipped in what area. Like, that's the name of the game for us. We play to our strengths. We have identified who's strong in what area, and then we move accordingly so that not only can our life and our marriage be great, but also our business be great. Long story short, Erin leads in her lane and I lead in mine. To me, there is no rule that says the man is supposed to lead in all ways. In fact, I think the best leader is to be able to identify where the people with him can also lead. And in that way, we win. Together, we win. And forever, we will win. Sometimes people don't even realize that the questions that they ask is like, you don't want to be known, like, in front of the scenes type of thing. And honestly, the work that I do now, I don't really care that it's unseen. It's the mission for us is to keep moving forward, like, whether it's seen or unseen. Like, in fact, I prefer it to be not seen, but I've decided to take you all on the journey of my portion of this, because I think it'll help people. I think also, like, other men specifically, and also if women are tapping in, I think that the kind of pride that we should carry is the one in which it's in our best interest, instead of one that is in the best interest of what you think is impressing everybody else on the outside. Because honestly, what works for you works for you. Like, what works for you ain't gonna work for me, and what works for me may not work for you, but we can all learn from one another and we can all grow based on the things that some of us may do. So I really do take pride in the work that I do, even if it's unseen. Like I said, the mission is to move forward, not backward. And sometimes it's as simple as taking a step back, getting behind your woman and letting her rock out. Like sometimes she got it. Actually, matter of fact, there are so many women right now killing the game. We are either getting in their way or not helping them. Best thing I feel like a lot of us men can do is help your woman, encourage your woman, bring out the best in her, because you don't know where that can take y'all. I could definitely have been that man to where like, oh nah, you don't gotta do all that. Like, and we have been back in some, I don't know where being. I'm not trying to find out. I'm not saying that that's absolutely true, but my reality is that based on the chances that I took is pretty dang good. So that's the kind of pride that matters to me. To the men watching, ladies too. What would change if you laid your ego down and picked your purpose up? What if instead of competing with your wife, you chose to champion her? I really believe there's power in playing your position. My role is mine, and I'm walking in it with joy and confidence. Like, that's the best thing you can do. I'm happy. I'm super confident. I'm a dog for sure. But I feel as though we can all do something. We can all help one another. And honestly, it doesn't even apply to just those who are married. It's just like in general, like the relationship that we carry out, whether it is your cameraman or your photographer or your manager, your supervisor, wherever you are right now in life, I feel like we all have a position and we all have to play it well. But the best way we can do that is by understanding who we are and being aware of where we are. And, just simply loving yourself. So with that, this is the first one. If you rock with me, then you rock with us. I'll see you in the next one. Be easy.